I can't come and help this guy. I'm about to marry the other guy because the marriage license application was in March.
Yeah.
That was
Now,
like 2 months earlier.
And of course, in all of this, if it is a 1 in a trillion of chance that this is a completely different Shannon Bernard Jackson, I've done everything I can from over here to disprove this. And if it turns out to be, it's not Shannon Stillwell in this trial, I will make the biggest apology you have ever seen. But
And so would I. Do you have another screen grab of the photo of Shannon? Do you have that picture?
Let's see here. Hold on while I check here. Oh. Let's see here. You mean this one?
Okay, so the marriage certificate has Shannon Bernard Jackson. Okay, and we've heard his name mentioned in it throughout the trial. Can you put the marriage certificate up again? I just want to look at the marriage certificate.
Hold on. This is the actual marriage license.
Can we zoom in on it? Yeah, right there. Okay. Okay, so that is her middle name. Okay, and that's his middle name. Okay, and we both have verified this is on the website. So we both have verified that it is on the Harris County website.
Yes, it is. And here it is.
Okay, let's zoom in on that as well. Okay, yeah, that would be, yep, that's right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you think this is a coincidence? Do you think this is a coincidence? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Hold on. And she, she visits him, regularly and and brings clothes to the court for him. I don't know. Maybe it could be a different one. Maybe just could be a whole different Shannon Bernard Jackson. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, there are a bunch of Shannon Bernard Jacksons in Texas. There's no doubt about it. And but there is specifically one Shannon Bernard Jackson Jr., born 1980. So he would be 44. Is it possible?
What is it? Is it possible she can leave her husband to visit husband Shannon Bernard Jackson to visit another Shannon Bernard Jackson? That's kind of strange. Did you leave your husband in Texas to visit another Shannon Bernard Jackson in Atlanta? I don't know. Maybe I'm. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. But maybe she probably has a logical answer to this. She could.
Yeah, she will be live later today, and I assume she will get questions, and we will probably get verifications, or we will live in shame. And I will make the biggest apology stream in the history.
And I would too.
Yeah,
because this might not be the Kayla Bumpus. It may be another Kayla in Texas.
Yeah, it might be another Kayla.
Right. Who happens to live? They might just live in the same county. Maybe neighbors. I don't know. This is so coincidental. I don't know, guys.
Yeah, it's a 1 in a trillion chance this is a nothing burger and we will live in shame. But Dennis is an investigative reporter with his resources. I am practicing law and I know how to research things.
Absolutely.
It's too much to not come to the conclusion. that it is the same Kayla Bumpus we all know and love. And the defendant in this trial and the attorney Bumpus, who has represented one of the witnesses.
Yeah. And she recently on the live with that same witness? I think
with Woody just the other day.
And I think I remember her asking him, does he regret saying certain things about certain people? That was kind of odd. The regret, like what people would he be? Because he did say something about a few people in the YSL case. But to ask him, did he regret saying certain things? I don't know. Just things just are strange. You know, I need, hold on a second, Nick. Hold on, Nick. It's strange, Nick.
Yeah. And believe me, folks, I really try to disprove this. I really. And yes, remote marriage is allowed in Texas. You can do this via Zoom, so you don't have to actually be there in person.
Yeah.
And Kayla's bio on Instagram has been updated to say wife, so we know she got married.
No, we know she got married.
Yeah.
She got married. She definitely got married.
And folks, my main focus in my coverage of the YSL trial has always been pro defense, of course, because that's my work, but also revealing corruption and looking out for these guys as much as I can from over the pond. And this might be bad for the defendants, especially Jack Buddy.
Yeah. Let me just say this. I know Gabe Banks. He was the former prosecutor for the gang unit, the head of the gang unit before Miss Love took over. He prosecuted some serious gang cases, and he also represented Kayla.
Yeah.
Gabe Banks is a veteran in this game, but he represented her to defend her in this ex parte. Because the judge wanted to find out. He wanted to find out that, and you know, if we knew this then, how would the public view her involvement? If we knew this information back then, how would the public view her involvement in this whole never-ending drama of a case? You know, it doesn't feel right. Something feels very bad about this. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You had jurors in the last 48 hours. At least you had one juror that wrote a letter to the judge.
Yeah.
And it was about time. It's taking too long. Was this a waste? You know, even that situation stopped the clock, so to speak, as far as moving with presenting evidence and so forth. So I don't know. This is just and I will say this. I don't know if you watched it when the judge called me up.
Yeah.
I don't know for that. But I saw that. There's a filing, and I don't know if you pulled it yet, but there's a filing on that already. So that has been addressed already. But the problem I have with this case is that there's been so much unnecessary things happening on the prosecution side. Now we see, that this may impact the case moving forward. You got a lawyer who represents her husband, allegedly. And he's probably like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Do they think that I knew about this relationship? And if she's visiting him in Fulton County, does the lawyer know this? And if so, did he know then? When did he know? And when did he know about this? And if he knows about this, so it's just questions that I'm just curious.
Yeah. Now we don't know if Kayla represented to the jail that she is Shannon's lawyer, or if she went there as his wife. I haven't. I made an inquiry to the jail. I hope to get information about that, but
I made the inquiry already.
Okay,
I did already. I actually verified that she came there as a wife. I mean, as an attorney.
Oh, oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Especially since Shannon in this now you can be represented by different lawyers in different matters. He can have a criminal lawyer and
a civil lawyer. She could, you know, they could be working on a TV show. They got some, you know, so it's not really. If it depending upon which she came there, you know, she could have said, "Hey, listen, you know, he's my client, but he's also my husband, but he's my client." You know, and she gets more time to sit down and negotiate. They could be working on a production that no one knows about, you know. So it can be also innocent, you know. And to her defense, you know, I don't really want to defend her, but I'm trying to give her. I mean, you know, the fact that you asked the judge for a Rule 22. Knowing your involvement with him, it's kind of strange to me. It's just kind of strange to me. It's no different than others coming in there wanting to record this for things that not really, let's just say, above board. But we'll see. This is something that I didn't see this one coming, Nick. I'll be honest with you. I didn't see this one coming.
No, this was very, very left field because I was planning on having a recap stream on today's trial, which was extremely good for the defense. And I would hate that this new development might have ramifications on this trial because they are doing good. The two remaining defendants, they are doing good.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this shows up, and
yeah, this is interesting. Let's just say the least. And she may have a reason, and hopefully she'll explain to the people because people are going to ask her like, "What's going on? Did you marry the guy?" And you know, how long you knew him, and you know, it's a lot of questions I would have if I had to interview a bunch of questions. But let's just see. Let's get past the first prong and see whether or not she actually married this guy.
Yeah.
Let's get past the first prong, you know, because then that's going to open up some additional questions. And this is something I didn't even see, and I wasn't. Let's just say I wasn't looking for this, and this just dropped on my lap. That's all. I was not looking for this.
No, I don't think anybody was looking for it at all, because I've never heard of the situation like this. I must admit, I never heard. I've heard of lawyers marrying defendants. I've heard of lawyers marrying witnesses, but this triage is completely new to me, especially in the same trial.
Same trial where her involvement triggered something in this trial.
Yeah, I mean, her involvement, she herself might not have triggered this event. It was triggered by Love and Hilton and Glanville, but she was in that. So she was an essential part of this trial that led to George Glanville getting yeeted. And
can we let me ask you this, can we actually remove her involvement with her future husband? Is it plausible to even think that we can ignore her involvement with her obviously future husband and her advising Woody, who's going to be testifying against her future husband in that trial? She's providing him counseling.
Yeah. Although, as we've been testified to in court under oath, only on the only on that specific matter. But I don't know the ruling from Judge Glanville. I don't remember the ruling of Judge Glanville if he accepted that she was only representing Mr. Woody in. I'm searching for words here. In that contempt. If she only represented him in that specific and it was accepted by the court, can that be distanced from Shannon Stillwell? Yes, but not without an actual evidentiary hearing, I believe.
Yeah, and I think they would have. I think the lawyers for the prosecution would have probably brought that to the attention of the judge and said, "Listen, hey," and I don't think they wanted. It was something about Melnick getting on the case and whether or not he was actually the attorney at the time, and whether or not he was actually representing Woody. It was testimony to that. Whether or not he actually was representing Woody at the time, and the prosecution contacted Woody, and there was an email exchange as well. So.
Yeah, I think it was at least clear to me that Mr. Melnick, the last time Woody was in trouble, he was represented by Melnick, and it's an obligation for the prosecution to first contact the last lawyer who represents to check, are you still representing this? And then Hilton circumvented that and contacted Woody directly, in which Melnick showed up in court and was quite furious. And then all of this happened when he had a pre-planned trip. So he couldn't be there for the contempt hearing. Right. He asked Kayla Bumpus to step in for that specific reason, to represent Woody in the contempt. But I don't know if the court accepted her as only representing him in the contempt, because she then testified on that. On Monday, then it was when Woody fired her as his lawyer.
Fired her.
Yeah.
Right. I saw an interview which she said that was the best thing that happened when he fired her, because she needed to get back home to her children or a child or something to the effect. So, and I believe she represented him in the past based on what she said in the interview. So I don't know, just, people, know people from the street, and, maybe she knew Shannon from the street, and, they may have some history, they may have some history, and that happens.
Yeah. I mean, if they fell in love and they got married, I'm all for that. It's just the situation here is that she represented a witness. That is the issue here. If that is something the court, how will the court look at that, and that it probably wasn't disclosed that she was in the works of getting married to one of the defendants while representing a witness. Yeah. So that is the detail. And when it comes to law, everything is about the details and the transparency and the disclosure. So I don't know what Mr. Shard is doing right now. I have no idea. I only got that slight comment that not slight, but he has no insight on the marriage stuff.
Right.
That is the only not I don't quote him, but that is the information that he didn't
know.
He
probably didn't know then. He know now.
Well, if he didn't, he knows now. And folks, we are not the only ones reporting on this. Kathy Russon from Law and Crime knows about this. It's a good number of people, and all have resources to try to disprove this or verify this. And so far, I've been checking everything. There is a 1 in a trillion chance that this is a completely different Shannon Bernard Stillwell.
And a completely different Kayla. It could be it could be the biggest coincidence in the world. These two people are probably, it could be two different people.
Yeah.
That lives in, that count, it's just, I don't know, guys. I don't know. We're going to give Kayla an opportunity to tell her truth. If there's something there, she, I'm sure she has a loyal following. She owes it to her fans. I'm a fan now because this inspires me to add another chapter into my book, because this is definitely a very interesting development. Very interesting development. In light of how things have transpired. So we'll see.
Okay, now I don't see an upcoming live on her channel, so I don't know.
Wait a minute. Wait. Wasn't it? Wait. Well, hold on. She had a 6 o'clock live scheduled.
Yeah, I don't see it anymore.
Kayla, come out.
Yeah, but now I do not give legal advice, but contacting a lawyer might be the wise. I mean, do I believe she has a moral responsibility if this is correct to address it? Yes. Legal responsibility? None whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
If everything that we have been discussing here is correct, she needs a lawyer.
Yeah.
And folks, with all my heart, I wish that I hope that this is incorrect. I hope that I can tomorrow go out with the biggest apology stream I have ever had. The biggest. I'm everything in me wants to. I want this to not be true. I really do, but everything tells me it is correct. And okay, somebody wants to see that web inquiry again. Let's bring it up.
And they can go to the website and they can bring it up themselves. This is not Photoshop. This is not a doc. This is not.
I will post the link to the web inquiry here. So everybody, I will pin it on the top of the chat so you all can do your own research, all can verify or disprove. Please, if you can disprove this, do it. Do it, please do it. But it was filed March 9th, 2024. It was license returned August 22nd, ministered August 25th. And Texas allows marriage via Zoom.
Hold on. Someone said I'm foul. Foul about what? What, Nick? Why did they say I'm foul? I'm just looking at the document like anyone else. How am I foul? And this is something I didn't listen. This was on the internet. Hey, we just talking about it. I mean, this is news. It's like Nick. I reported this morning about the outcome of the election, and people said you shouldn't be reporting. I thought you before the people. I'm actually a reporter who reports to the people. This is news. I mean, I called the election, and hey, guys, you can't listen. I don't move like certain people move. I look at it, I research it, I vet it, make sure it's a marriage certificate. Do you get mad at the guys over at TMZ when they report?
I have reached out to Kayla. I get no response. And yes, we know this is Harris County, Texas. She lives in Texas. She visits
Houston.
She lives in Houston, Texas,
which is Harris County,
visits Georgia. And there's no. And since she is a resident of Houston, Texas, she can make all the applications. They get married via Zoom. Folks, if you disprove everything, go forward with it. Send me your info. Send me the information.
Right. I want to say that if this is not her and this is not Mr. Jackson, I'll be the first to say, hey, I was wrong.
Yeah.
But the fact that she visits the same person at the jail on a regular, it's kind of like, I don't know. It makes me feel like she's the same person who's married to Mr. Jackson, right? This is not something we made up. This is definitely not. And I'm going to tell you guys, these things happen.
Hey, Max just tweeted it's not his client. Okay.
Max just tweeted it's not his client. So is it Kayla? Did she get married to another Bernard Jackson?
I don't see. No, I don't see it. Here is. Let's check. November 3rd, November 2nd. Pot and chickens. Him and dog are friends. No.
What's one that Max tweeted? No. You guys just play too much. Max tweeted from a different account.
Okay, here it is. Here it is.
Okay. Let's say, please stop. This is not my client, and we need to.
No. This no. What Max is tweeting about is the other Shannon Bernard Jackson in Texas, the child molester. That is what he's answering to.
Right. He's saying his client's not a child molester. Right.
Yeah. That is what he's tweeting. Yeah.
Right.
So he's not tweeting that Kayla isn't married to his client. He is tweeting that this particular Shannon Bernard Jackson in Texas,
right, it's not his client.
Who's currently serving 40 years. I've been checking this person out. He's serving 40 years for SA of a child. That Shannon Jackson is not his client. So no, he has not denied that Shannon isn't married. He has not denied the marriage. He's denying that Shannon Jackson is
not his client. So, ladies and gentlemen, what he hasn't tweeted that she hasn't married his client. He's tweeting that the person that is accused of those SA charges is not his client.
Yeah,
that's what
he says here about this specific Shannon Bernard Jackson. He says, please stop. That is not my client. And we need to be clear that it is not. We all know how people run with things, even falsehoods. My client has never lived in Texas, nor has he ever been charged with such offenses. And I need to protect his name in court and on Twitter. So, yeah. So he's, okay. But again, send me everything you have.
Right.
If you know you can disprove what we just said here. And I will be the first to go online and make the absolute biggest apology. Absolute. Trakisha, we just covered this.
We just covered it. He's tweeted, Max Sharp tweeted that the individual that is accused of that particular crime is not his client. He did not tweet that his client is not married to the incomparable Kayla J. Bumpus. He's not tweeted that.
Yeah. So his answer is to this Shannon Jackson, who is serving prison for SA of a child. That is not his client.
Right. That is not his client. And then
read the rest of his replies.
Okay. That's not
some lack of understanding. There are billions of people on Earth and more than one Shannon Bernard Jackson. I just wanted to be clear on that. Yeah, I agree. But he is referring to this Jackson, not his client.
Right.
I can go on his reply. And this is what he's answering to. Can't be unless she's out there marrying diddlers. That is what he is answering to. No, that is not his client.
Right.
Yeah. So he's not denying or anything about the marriage between Kayla Bumpus and his client. He's saying that that particular Shannon Jackson, the kiddie diddler, is not his client.
You call him a kitty dealer? That's okay.
Yeah, it's the YouTube rules. You can't say things out loud.
Okay.
So again, folks, if you have anything, I will accept anything, and then I will try to verify it.
Right.
That tells me this isn't happening.
'Cause
anything.
Just
send it to me.
Right.
Yeah.
He could have simply just tweeted, and he's a lawyer. He knows how to tweet things out in the manner in which it can get the most impact to play his client of. And it's nothing wrong with him. It's nothing wrong with his client marrying her. So it's nothing wrong.
No,
you know, that's not an issue.
Yeah, the issue is not Kayla marrying Shannon. That's not the issue. The issue is here that she was about to marry Shannon while representing Woody. That is the issue. Not that she go right if they love each other, go right ahead. Have a great life together.
Right.
Have the absolute best life together. But while representing Woody, that's the issue. And how it can affect this trial and the people in it. Jack Gotti is on trial beside Shannon Stillwell. How will this affect him? And
I don't think right now it won't have an effect on him. I don't think at all. I don't think it have an effect on him at all. But what could have happened early on had this came out is Woody would have had probably a different attorney. Melanie probably would have asked someone else. That's the only thing would have happened. Even though she represented him in the past. In the past 2 years ago, the relationship might have been totally different.
Yeah. So yeah. As I said in the beginning, please, Lord, make this not be true.
I got a very important text. I got it. Might require another live, but I got to deal with this.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. Thank you for joining, and hope to see you again. My Friday panel show, for example. But yeah, thank you for coming online with me and discuss this. And yeah, it's an unfortunate event. We'll have to wait and see what happens with it. And
absolutely,
folks,
this is very interesting.
Yeah, it's. I did not see this coming at all. At all. But yeah, thank you for joining. Dennis has his own channel, and you can go watch that at Dennis Byron, I believe the name is.
Mr. Dennis Byron. Yes. And this is, this again, we just all we want Kayla to do is come out and say, hey, yo, that's not me. I'm not that Kayla. We have the same first, middle, and the last name, but it's not me. She has to say that. That's simple. Because right now, people can, put 2 and 2 together and get 4, or they can get 5. It depends on how she responds to this. And and people are looking for an answer, and they were looking for an answer just in Max's tweet, but it wasn't there. He didn't respond to the question, and maybe you guys can go over there and tweet him and ask him a specific question. Did your client get married to Kayla? That's what you should be asking him. Not is his client part of the the kitty situation.
Well, yeah, but that person, that case was settled in the early 2000s. So I know it's no way that Shannon Bernard Stillwell is the same as Max Shard's client. And that was what Max Shard was out denying. No, that kitty diddler in Texas is not the same Shannon Stillwell. He has yet to disclose anything about the marriage between Kayla Bumpus and his client.
Mutually exclusive questions we're asking. Nick, thank you. I appreciate
I appreciate
bringing me up, and we'll see. We'll look into this. We'll definitely look into it. And just listen. People send me stuff all the time, and they apparently send it to someone else because they tweeted it out. So it's a question.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of DMs I have in my Twitter is, I get dozens or more each day. Check this out, check that out. People email me stuff. I mean, most of it I don't act on. This one, since it has...
and Nick, again, I only come. Listen, I definitely don't want to jump out there. If if others than this was actually sent by at least two people, and one person in power. I would just say in power. So obviously, okay.
Yeah,
man, my messages are coming in crazy. let me just say that people want to know. This is news that people want to know, and we want to dispel. I would love to dispel this. And if they've got married and they decided to go that route, that's on them. Love is love. Some of you guys can't get a date to go to the wing stop. Love is love. Let's let them live, but we still want to know. I want to send a wedding gift. Well, probably to her, but not to him.
Yeah, and as I said, my interest in this is how will this affect the trial, the other defendants, and yeah.
I want to send a wedding gift. How about that? I want to send something green.
If I knew, I would have sent something, but no. But yeah, again, folks, if you find anything to disprove this, call me out on it. Send it to me. I will check it. I will verify it, and if it is correct, I will go out with the biggest apology video on stream you have ever seen.
Nick, we're gonna listen. We're gonna go out together, Nick. We here together. Yeah. We're gonna go out together. We're just gonna whatever. We just asking questions. We're not saying saying this is the same Kayla J. Bumpus, or we're not. It just could be a coincidence.
Yeah, it could be one in a trillion coincidence.
Right, this could be a total coincidence, but I don't know.
But everything I've been finding out and tells me it is not a coincidence.
Right.
And
oh man,
yeah,
Nick, I gotta go. They're blowing my phone up. Nick, I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you again for showing up, and I will see you around. Yes.
If we get updates, Nick will get it first. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Okay. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you.
All right. See you. Bye. Yes, folks, what we have been talking about here is this. The marriage license that was discovered. I made the web inquiry. I